Parts of the wall had fallen. The place looked run down and deserted. Climbing over the wall would not have been a great idea. Any ideas?
We need a target for the shooter. Preferably not me.
The grumbling. No, that would never. A helmet on a pole? Always useful. No, I need... I just hope this works. Are you ready?
Can't wait.
Go!
Oh no. I'd made it without getting shot, but I sure didn't feel lucky. Somehow I had to distract the shooter again, and this time I was on my own. With a ghost from the past giving me an evil stare. Good goat. No, 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 no! Hey, that's mine. The goat had eaten Hobbs' carefully crafted provenance. Now, I needed the cookie to feed Trevor. I couldn't let the goat eat Trevor. Call me a hoarder, but I wasn't giving that to the goat. Look what I got for you, little fella. Good goat. No, 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 no. You, hey, thief. The goat had eaten Nico's rejected photograph. Call me a hoarder, but I wasn't giving... Oh, heck. The apples were bruised. Hey, Mr. Goat. Look what I got for you. I was hoping the goat would be more friendly now. Good goat. No, 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 no. Hey, that's one of my apples. Hey, Mr. Goat. Look what I got for you. That was almost a great idea. Go on, eat this, boy. The goat couldn't reach the apple pile. Now then, old fella, you don't mind if I move your tire, do ya? No. Oh boy, you're gonna love this. I distracted the goat, but it wouldn't take him long to eat that apple. The goat now had a whole pile of apples to tuck into. I tossed him my last apple. I wasn't going to frighten the shooter with his own reflection. That wouldn't make any... That was... Even while he was eating, the goat had his eye on me. The old car was riddled with bullet holes. The crumbling fountain wouldn't provide me with any cover. The old tree offered cover from the shooter. Even while he was eating, I'd moved the tire further away. The old car had been abandoned long ago. I blinded the shooter. Time to make a dash for it.
Don't think I can't see you, senor. If you so much as move an inch, I shall shoot you.
Senor, please! Whoever you are, hold your fire! I'm not armed!
Good. That makes it easier for me to shoot you.
My name is George Stobart. I'm a friend.
I have no friends.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. All we want is a quick look inside the castell.
I don't believe you. You are here to kill Senor Marqués.
Senor Marqués? He's alive? Well, he'll vouch for us.
You don't fool me like that. Get out of here before I kill you.
Senor Marqués knows me, I swear.
And I know a lie when I hear one. Go now, or I shoot.
Wait, I have important information.
Vostè, vingui a mi.
Do you understand what I am saying?
Try saying it and let's see.
Well, I'm George Stobart, and I come in peace. Please, put the gun down. I'm not armed.
And I'm still not hearing an explanation.
I can understand the old man being edgy, but you look like a woman who's seen the world.
Nice work. You managed to insult Ramon and me in one sentence.
Do you mind putting that down? I've had a really bad day.
Guns don't agree with you?
No, and neither do goats. I've got bruises in places that, well, you know, places.
So leave.
We're here looking for something.
Well, go look for it somewhere else.
We were helping a man called Marqués in Paris.
He is my father.
I could see where she inherited her temperament. Your father? Well, he's our friend.
Why should I believe you? Show me proof.
I have your father's medallion.
So you're a thief too, huh?
Look at this photo.
It's old. Do I care?
We tracked down his painting, La Maledictio. Look.
Where did you get this?
In London.
All right. You better come with me, but no funny business, okay?
You know, you sound just like my friend Nico. Nico!
What's going on, Ramon? Who's out there?
Some crazy American. Don't worry. Eva will deal with him.
Papa. These people want to talk to you.
Eva, I thought we agreed to shoot intruders on sight. How did you find me?
It wasn't easy, senor.
We thought you were dead.
You were wrong.
They've brought you something, Papa.
Can it be? At last, La Maledictio.
Well, Senor Marqués, looks like La Maledictio hangs in its right place again.
Indeed. I have waited all my life for this. But
Something interesting?
the painting, it is different. The face in the middle.
The one with the symbol of the Tabula Veritatis on it?
How do you know about the tabula?
A priest told me. Said it was the devil's work.
Pah! Priests, full of lies, every one of them.
Oh, really? Well, this priest said that the tabula was an instrument to raise the devil.
Fool! Who would want to raise the devil?
But you do want to find the tabula.
Yes, because it is a Gnostic treasure. It is special, and my duty is to keep it safe.
I was sure that Marqués still wasn't telling me the whole truth. And now?
I shall decipher the painting and find the tabula. Before she died, my mother said that once the painting hung here again, its meaning would become clear, and the route to the tabula would be revealed.
So, what's the answer? Where's the tabula?
I don't know. The room has changed.
Was there something different about the room back then?
No. Yes. I don't know. You must help me.
Well, how? I'm not a Gnostic.
Senor, you must, because soon the Russian will be here.
He knows about Castel del Sans?
I regret, senor, that in Paris I told his sidekick a little too much.
Ah, well, I guess we'd better figure this out. And fast.
I'll go and keep watch.
Shoot on sight, remember.
Well, Nico, what now?
You try and work out just why the painting has to be in this room. I'll go and see if Eva knows anything.
Whether he knew it or not, I was sure Marqués had the answers. The stone fireplace was old and dusty. It looked like it had lain undisturbed for decades. Senor Marqués?
Mr. Stobart?
If we're going to find the tabula,
Yes?
then you will have to help.
Of course.
I mean, by being totally honest with us.
When have I not been honest?
Tell me about the painting.
When I was a child, I would stand here for hours just staring at it. Who was the mysterious painter, El Serp, the serpent? And what did it mean, la malédiction, the curse? I asked my father, but he just told me to be patient. He said that one day I would know everything.
Senor, can you decipher any of the painting?
The Tower of Saints, of course. I knew it was a Castel. And the saints themselves are Gnostic. You see the woman in red?
The one you marked in the photo?
She is Mary Magdalene. We revere her as Christ's greatest disciple. The rest, I don't know.
The symbol on the face, it is obviously the tabula.
But the elements around it, I don't know.
When were you last here, Senor?
Not since that day when my father was killed.
So why did the painting bring us here?
As I said, because only here in this room will its clues become clear.
Why is the Tabula Veritatis so important to the Gnostics?
It is an object of immense power. My ancestors kept it safe for hundreds of years. They brought it to Catalonia as exiles long ago. In any generation, only one Gnostic knows its exact location. My father, Xavier, was the last of these. He knew dark forces were gathering, but I was too young to learn the secret. So he commissioned La Malédiction, embedding clues to the location of the tabula within the painting.
But what is the tabula? What does it do?
I do not know. I know only that in the wrong hands it would be catastrophic for mankind.
What happened back in Paris? We thought you were dead.
A man came to the apartment looking for Miss Collard. He mentioned a stolen painting owned by a Russian. Obviously, I informed him that I was the true owner.
Obviously.
Next thing I knew, this thug had me pinned to a chair and was threatening to shoot me. So I told him of the Castel, and while he telephoned his boss, I hit him with the little China dog.
Guess he didn't know you were the pugnacious type. So Eva is your daughter?
She was a gift from God, late in my life. One day she will find room for Gnosticism in her heart. I am sure of it.
Why would a Dominican priest, Father Simeon, describe the Gnostics as evil?
That order was founded specifically to fight heresy and to eradicate Gnosticism. Behind their backs, the Dominicans were nicknamed the Dominicanes, or Hounds of God. For years, these dogs hunted down and butchered my people. They called us heretics, but in truth, they sought to find and seize the tabula.
I think this is yours.
My medallion? Where did you find it?
It was left in Nico's neighbor's apartment. Do you want it back?
No, you keep it for now. It has a meaning, a purpose. Perhaps you can find out what.
Sure. Just let me know if you ever want it back. So this is you with your mother and father?
Indeed, taken in this very building many years ago.
Take a look at this sketch.
It is the face in La Maledicció.
It was drawn by the man who restored the painting.
Then he knew of the Tabula Veritatis. What other secrets did he uncover?
I don't know, but he's dead now.
Just as well. The fewer that know the secrets of La Maledicció, the better.
Father Simeon, the Dominican priest, was carrying these papers when he was killed.
So?
You're not interested in him?
I have no interest in priests or their papers, senor. We must hurry up and figure this out.
Marqués said that the painting contained clues only a Gnostic could solve. But when it was back in this room, all would become clear. The painting held all the answers. The Tower of Saints had led us to the Castel. I wondered where the other clues would take us. A symbol was cut into the man's forehead. Simeon had claimed that it was the sign of the Tabula Veritatis. A scarred face stared back at me from within the Ouroboros. Hobbes must have uncovered the image when he was restoring the painting. But what did it mean? And what was its link to the Tabula Veritatis? There was a tower within the ring. Maybe it indicated a place? Inside the ring was what looked like an affluent town. Within the ring, there were a number of houses. It was a village or a small town. Inside the ring was a castle gate. I had no idea what it signified. The bearded figure was similar to the one on the fireplace in the hall. I wondered if there was a connection. The orb in the old man's hand glowed with a green light. The figure of the young man was just like the one on the front of the fireplace. It couldn't be a coincidence. The youthful figure held a glowing blue orb in his hand. It was a castle of saints, Castel de Saints, in Catalonia. It was the figure of a priest, but with a dog's head. The figure was pointing up at a ring above him. The priest appeared to have a padlock through his mouth. He was pointing down to the ring below him. It was a tower of tormented souls. They looked like the damned. The plinths looked like they could be rotated. The carved figure resembled the young man in the painting. It also matched the pose of the figures in Simeon's picture. The carved figure was like the bearded man. It also reminded me of the figures from the illustration in Simeon's notes. It was a shield on which herald. The scroll below the shield read Tremp. The scroll under the shield read El Pont de Suerte. The scroll beneath the shield read Figueres. The scroll under the shield read Olot. There was a piece of stone on the wall. It looked like a discarded statue. There were spent bullet casings lying amongst the rubble. What exactly happened here? It looked like this part of the castell had taken. The end of the passage was blocked off with rubble. The door was locked. That was never going to work. The bookcase held an assortment of ancient books. La Maledizio, back in its rightful place. But what were the clues? Signor Marqués? Anything else about the painting?
I keep telling.
Do you think the Tabula Veritas?
Perhaps.
Nico and I are risking our lives. You really can't tell us anything?
Truly, I do.
So, you're the good guys?
Good and evil are. We strive simply to maintain and keep the tabula from those who seek to exploit it for their own.
Eva isn't a Gnostic?
As a child, she was shown the truth that is Gnosticism, but she has not chosen. You should get back.
Why didn't Marqués want his medallion back? The photo was of the Marqués family. On the fireplace behind them were two identical statues. I'd put some statues. The carved trees bore a remarkable resemblance to the ones in Simeon's notes. There was a crate of brandy amongst all the mess. I wondered if the notes could help decrypt La Malediccio. The third passage read, "Pure light, white light, pure." So it was written, affirmed by the tab. And these were the... Interesting. There was more about light, and somehow the tabula veritatis had a connection. Simeon would have known what it all meant, but unfortunately, Simeon was dead. It was a collection of what could only be described as stuff. The scroll beneath the shield read Bhaskara. The scroll under the shield read Roses. The scroll below the shield read Lorette de Mar.
So, didn't know. I better get back on guard in case anyone else shows up.
Your father needs our help.
My father needs rest, peace, and not more of this Gnostic nonsense.
So, what did you find out?
Not a lot. Eva thinks her father's losing it. She doesn't have much time for Gnosticism. She's never been here before. In fact, Marqués never even talked about the place. As far as I can tell, she and her father never got on. She left home the moment she could.
I don't blame her. So why is she here now?
Marqués begged her, said he was in danger. I guess maybe I'll go inside and have a look around too.
Tell me if you find anything. I'm not having much luck so far. Hello, Eva.
Signor Stobart.
Please, call me George.
I'd rather not. When are you and your girlfriend leaving?
Actually, she's not my girlfriend.
I don't know what your scam is, Signor. You may have fooled my father, but you don't fool me.
Well, I can sure see where you get your manners from. Tell me about your father.
When my mother died, he brought...
As a Gnostic?
He tried to teach me that stuff. Said I... Turns out I didn't. On my 18th birthday, I left home.
Tell me about Ramon.
Apparently he worked here when... A loyal servant, even though the family left and never came back. More fool him.
Tell me about yourself.
I left home as soon as I could, lived a bit, and now I own a bar in Marseille.
That explains why you know how to use a gun.
No, Signor. I learned how to use a gun so I could get rid of vermin.
Eva was a real charmer. What do you know about La Malediccio?
My father has been obsessed by it all his life. He thinks it's full of secret messages. I think it's a crock of
Sure you do. Nico tells me you don't really know about Gnosticism.
Don't know, don't care. And I don't need saints and gods telling me how to live my life.
I can see why you and your father don't get along. So, you don't know anything about Gnostic?
They're a religious sect. They belong in the... My father's obsessed with them, and that's all I know.
It was an old, weathered sun. From the dial, I could see that the main doors of the house faced north. I'd put some statues above the fireplace, but it was hard to tell if they were the same ones as in Marqués's family photograph. The painting held all the answers. The bearded figure was similar to the one on the orb in the old man's hand glowed. The figure of the young man was just like the one on the youthful figure held a glow. The stone fireplace was I'd put some statues above the fireplace, but it was hard to tell if they were the same. The statues were facing outward, just like in the Marqués photo. I waited with bated breath for something to happen. Nothing. If I looked hard enough, I'd find the answers I needed. Father Simeon had claimed that the symbol represented the tabula veritatis. A large Ouroboros dominated the center of the painting. Before he was killed, Simeon had said that the tree inside the Ouroboros represented hidden Gnostic knowledge. And here it was, a whole new image inside the snake. Hobbes had uncovered it, but now he was dead. The statues on the
What is this? A staircase. I never knew. We must go up. We don't have much time. Stairs. Always stairs.
Oh my God, look at this.
George? George! What's this? A piece of burnt paper with the word Wolfram. That sounds familiar.
Wolfram. I curse that name forever.
What do you know about Wolfram, senor?
Wolfram. I spit on the name.
So you have lived here for a long time?
All my life. My father served here. In fact, he named me after Senor Xavier's favorite, Saint Ramon, patron saint of the false.
That's nice.
Not really. The Moors put a padlock through his mouth.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess there's a lesson there for... What is Wolfram?
It was a mining company, run by a murdering swine called Gainan. In the Civil War, they backed the fascists. In return, Gainan was given soldiers to do his dirty work. They came here, brought their bloody war to this house, and killed Senor Xavier.
They shot Xavier? Senor Marqués's father?
I was just a boy, but I remember like it was yesterday. Shot him and his friend.
Why did they come?
They were searching for something. But there is one thing I have never understood. Xavier. But the library windows are barred. It is a dead end.
This Kenan, who was he?
He was Swiss, a businessman.
So what did...
I don't know. When he wasn't torturing the locals, he disappeared to the library. Spent weeks in there, making notes and studying maps. His men, they crossed the whole of Catalonia.
Did they find it?
Who knows? One day, Gainan just... an accident, perhaps, in the mountains. May his soul... The soldiers didn't stay long to search for him.
The name Genan, he was the person who had tried to buy La Maledicción. A coincidence?
There is no such thing as
So, when the soldiers left, you took back the house?
Yes. A few years later I returned and cleaned the place. I locked the library. I could not bear to touch.
Can I have a look at the library?
No. I have kept it locked to honor the memory of Senor.
Please, this is important.
I lost the key.
You lost it?
That evening when I locked it up, I drank to the memory of Senor. The cellars were well stocked, Senora. It was a long night. I hid the key. Then, that was all that was left. I haven't touched a drop.
I needed to find out what Genan had been working on in that library.